everybody. My name is Alka Aneja, and we're back with Vastu with Rshmi. I have with me Rshmi Kumar. Rshmi, welcome to our show.
Thanks, Alka.
Actually, welcome to your show. So we have been talking with everybody about Vastu, about what direction your home should face, about where to sit, if you are not getting married, what to do, if you are getting married but not happy, what to do, what direction is more monetarily beneficial for you or monetarily beneficial for you, which direction is monetary beneficial for you. We've also spoken about illnesses, Rshmi, right?
Yes.
About stomach illness, mental illness, heart ailments. So a lot of topics have been covered.
Yeah.
And for all of those topics, for the people who are just joining us, what is it that they need to come to you with, right? What if they're looking for, they have an issue, we all have some sort of an issue,
Definitely.
right? If they need to come to an issue, first, what is it that they need? And then what is the process?
Yes, Alka, we did cover a lot of topics.
Yes.
Just to recap, we spoke about how Vastu can be done in US too without any demolition required.
And that's very important, right? Because everybody
Yes.
gets very scared
Exactly.
about, do I have to rip apart my house because of Vastu, right?
Yes.
But that's not the case.
Yeah, and we spoke about how simple solutions can make different changes in your life. Like if you're not getting an opportunity, how the north plays in a role. We spoke about the energy fields in the house. Like there are multiple energy fields in the house and it can be divided into 16 zones. Each zone has its attribute.
Exactly.
And how that energy field is actually like a template in you, right? When you start using that energy field for a specific, like for a bedroom, you start downloading that kind of a template. So if people are sleeping in a happy zone, they start feeling happy. They're more blissful, they feel more rejuvenated. But if you are into a field of, say, depression, then you start feeling low. So it's all on how the house layout is, how the energy fields are getting used. And if certain people have a certain problem, then you go ahead and start making changes.
Right.
So Vastu can be done at 2 points. Like you go to a doctor at 2 points. Either you're not feeling well or an annual checkup kind of a thing.
That's right.
So if you have a problem, then go for a solution. So when they come for a problem, it's better to have a floor plan.
Okay.
And like an exact priority of your problem. Like I'm facing this and this problem, can you help? Right?
So that you know exactly what you're targeting towards.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you have like any kind of problem, to the scale floor plan, and I normally take the birth details to understand which part of the house is currently in your dashas. So your planetary position also helps to understand what is helping.
So astrology matters also?
Astrology matters a lot in this case because all these planets have certain directions associated with it.
Okay.
When that planetary position is active for you, that particular part of your house will start showing its effect. So when you come up with a certain complaint in your life, it is specifically in that zone of your life.
Right.
You have in your zone of your house, you have a certain anti-element or an anti-object which is affecting you. So
right. We also spoke about illnesses, right?
Yes.
We spoke about mental illness, we spoke about physical illness. So there was each zone that was for that as well, right?
Yeah. So based on the type of illness, so we talk about Ayurveda also. Like there is Vat, Pitta, Kapha. That also has a certain specific zone. Like Vat is like an air element, Pitta is fire element,
right?
And Kalpa is like a space water element combination. So based on what kind of a problem in your body is, it is the composition. The same kind of imbalance is seen in your house. So when you make a changes in your house, we spoke about how the house is like a blueprint of your mind. So when you make a change in your house, you start seeing a change in your life too. So a change can bring a change. It's how it is.
And generally the changes are simple, like a color change or a very easy change, right?
Yeah, I mean sometimes you have placed an object in a certain direction. Now sometimes it's a kitchen, right? We are talking about. Now you cannot move the kitchen, but you can definitely do the balancing of the kitchen so that the fire is taken care of. If it's say in the water element zone, and fire and water, you know that the water will just will kill the fire.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure that the fire is balanced You don't have to go and start moving the kitchen then. You just do balancing and it can be solved with simple solutions. So it also depends on what kind of problem it is, how severe it is.
Right.
Based on that.
Right. And for those of us who are joining us, we're talking with Rshmi Kumar for Vastu with Rshmi. So today's topic is something that's dear to all of us. It's why we get up and why we go to work. It's why everybody spends long hours away from family. It's about money, right?
Yes.
So money is something that everybody knows we can't live without. We need it. We pray to Lakshmi Ji for it. We have it, right? And people will do things to, some people will say put a turtle going outside for money, right? Put a money plant that if it's a green and healthy money plant means you're going to have money in your home. People will say put Lakshmi Ji here, right?
Yeah.
Tell us how Vastu plays a role in money
Sure.
retention. We'll go through different aspects of money.
Okay.
At first to money acquisition.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that.
So, first of all, it's like people are looking for a job or they are looking for an opportunity to find out how I can grow or what is the means for me to grow in my life, They find out the means in which they can earn the money, okay? So, the first thing comes in is the north is the zone of opportunities.
Okay.
Now, if your north is imbalanced with any kind of an activity or with colors or something like that, any kind of an element, anti-element in there, it will stop the opportunity itself from coming into you. Okay. So, in that case, even though you have the potential, even if there is, okay, your dashas are correct that you are going to get the money, but you're stopping it right there with an anti-element, you will start seeing hurdles coming in to get an opportunity. So, okay, you are supposed to get a job. Now you are applying for hundreds of companies and nobody is giving you a call back. That means you have the potential of earning the money, you have the skills for it, but you're not getting the right opportunity to come in.
Yeah, some people will go and apply for 10 jobs, get 10 interviews, right? So they made it that far from their caliber, right?
Yes.
But are still not getting
there.
that one position that they wanted.
Yes. So in that case, the north plays a role.
Okay.
Now, for example, okay, they got the call, okay, but now the next situation is, okay, I'm not able to find the right company or I'm not able to, the money is getting stuck somewhere. Okay, they got the opportunity, they did the work for it. Now they're like, okay, what happened next? I invested in something, I'm not getting the returns, my money is stuck.
So caliber is you go for 10 interviews, right? But you're just not getting the hire that you want, right? So your caliber got you to where you wanted to go. You're just not being able to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, so each of these directions which we mentioned are playing in a different role.
Okay.
For a problem to occur, it's always seen that there are like more than one zone which is imbalanced. Okay.
So multiple zones can be imbalanced at the same time.
Multiple zones can be imbalanced. Now for this job, might be you don't have the right skill sets.
Right.
And you are not getting, or you're not even applying at the right company, right? So you don't have either the clarity where to apply or you don't have the skills to apply. So might be in this case, the northeast where you're getting the clarity is also imbalanced, or the southwest where you don't get the skills, right skills to get a job which you want to get, right? So your skills are also not there. And then again, the north is coming in where you're not applying to the right companies or you're not doing the place, right? You need to go to. Or you're applying to 10 different companies and you're not getting that right one. So there are multiple zones which are playing in. So now, for example, okay, your north is balanced, you got the job. Then the next scenario comes in, right? So the next scenario is,
what happens? I'm not getting along with. Let's go with that. I'm not getting along with the people, which is hampering my growth in the company.
Okay.
Right. So what about that?
So there can be again three zones available in this one too. So the 2-3 zones that we are saying is like, say, east is for social connections. Now, if your east is imbalanced, as well as the northwest, which gives you the support. Now, the northwest and the east is imbalanced. You will see that you continuously have this tension between you and the co-workers. Things are not going well, or the recognition that you are supposed to get, which brings in from south, right? You put in the effort, you get along with your colleagues, but now you're not getting recognized for the work. That means again there is some imbalance in your south.
Okay.
So when the person is talking about, oh, I'm not getting the right opportunity, I'm not getting the growth in the company, the first thing I'm like, okay, what is happening? Are you able to get along with it? Are you able to do what you are skilled for?
You're peeling the onion and finding out what the...
Yeah, so that exactly tells you what zone is affecting this person.
Okay.
So, and even again in the dashas, right? Are you really supposed to, it's not, after doing Vastu, that doesn't mean everybody will be the CEO of the company.
Right.
It's again, your potential is still...
And your destiny.
Yes,
your destiny. Ultimately, nobody can fight
the man up there. It is just an easy way to get to the destination with this.
Yes.
With the help of Vastu is what it is.
So you get a promotion, you have the money coming in, but you can't keep the money. You know, there are some people who, they work and they're like, where did my money go? What happened? I made X amount of money.
Onto unexpected things. On unexpected things.
Then that might be a rational solution as to why you're not keeping it.
Say your appliances are breaking down or stuff like that, right? Like, okay, there is something not in your control and things are happening and you need to start putting your money somewhere else. So is that the problem? Or is the problem that, okay, you are not able to save the money at all? So the coming in, the liquid cash is a lot more, but you're not able to do the savings. Somewhere or the other, you end up giving it to somebody and stuff like that. Or you have lent the money to somebody and they refuse to give you back. So I have got those kind of clients also. Oh, I gave such a big amount to a friend of mine and now they are not returning my money. What should I be doing? Then in that case, okay, the southeast can be in balance, the southwest can be in balance, or even the area very close to west that is imbalanced. So that it depends again. You have to keep peeling is to find out, are you getting enough money? Right? Then again, that is the
You may think you're getting enough money and you may not be actually getting enough money.
That is the potential again we are talking about. That again, actually through the astro charts, you can actually figure out where your money should come from to give you the maximum benefits. There are so many people who actually do multiple jobs, right? So they do 8 to 5 kind of work and they have their own business also after that.
They're moonlighting.
Yeah. So they have their own business also. So they don't know which one to concentrate on. I had this client of mine, he had multiple websites which had different kind of agenda, okay? And he was like not sure which one will give him money. Okay, in that case, astrology will again help you saying, okay, you focus on this area.
It'll give you
more.
Clarity. Yeah.
In this area, you will be able to get more returns.
Got it.
So again, that is also playing in. But yeah, some people have to do multiple jobs for getting that kind of amount of money. But invariably, if the southeast is disturbed, the money gets blocked or things don't happen, like they are not smooth enough. There are always like, oh, like ye kaam hote reh gaya, kind of, right? We feel that, oh, this will happen in no time and then it gets stuck. We're like, what happened?
What happened? It was,
I wasted so much money to get things done in a certain way and then it never happened. So are you even having the right analysis of the situation?
Okay, and for that you will need a floor plan, you will need the person's.
Yes.
And what if someone doesn't have an astrological, like a birth, like I don't have one. I don't know what time I was born. I don't know.
So there is a better solution for that. Okay. So all the people who know astrology, there is something called as Prashna Kundli. Like at the time you ask a question, the universe has the answer of that question right in that moment. So when you come up with a genuine question, it has to be an urge to ask that, else it will just mislead me and mislead you in that case. So when you ask that question, you exactly know which area of the problem is giving you a problem. It gives you that snapshot of the current planets and that gives you the answer to.
The time that someone comes to you.
Yes, it's very important.
What if the time that someone comes to you, do you look at that or do you look at their astrological chart? Which one do you focus on?
It depends on what kind of question they are asking, right? Okay. So if they are saying, astrological chart will say, okay, they are going to get a job. But if they come up with a question like, out of these 3 jobs offers that I got, which one should I choose? then I have to also do the current snapshot
Okay.
of the thing to find out which job will actually suit.
So it's
this
like a
person.
science. You have to go from here,
Yes.
and then if X doesn't equal Y, then what does it equal? Sort of thing.
Yes, so it's actually a lot of science, and that's what I love about it.
Right.
Given from the science background that I am, I love that. Oh, okay, this is now we are doing astronomy, we are doing calculations, we are doing math. Plus, this is all the science of energy fields as to which one is getting disturbed. So it's amazing how the science is.
And at the end, you end up helping people, right?
Yes.
And that's what made you quit your job.
Yeah,
Right? You had a
exactly.
pretty decent job.
Yes.
Right? So it made you quit your job. Well,
Because that happiness that you can bring on to someone's face, you cannot do that by sitting 8 to 5 right in front of the computer trying to work on one of the programs, which you don't know where it will end up in. But
Right.
this is like everyday interaction, and I
Yes.
love that part of it.
That's nice.
And yes, I love what I do. So
So is there a certain, when somebody's sitting at work, is there a certain position that somebody should sit in to get the money flow? Like, you know how we were talking about there's certain Vastu
yes.
basics, right? For any sort of Vastu balancing.
Yeah, and we'll cover that in the say we'll do the Vastu for office,
Right.
in which
But
I
for
can
money flow to come
money
in.
flow, mainly it is based on your skills again,
Okay.
and it also depends on your astrological chart, which is the favorable direction.
Got it.
Like, what are you looking for? If you're facing the north, it is like, okay, I want more opportunities. So a person who is into sales can sit facing the north.
Okay.
Sitting in the south, looking at the north will give you more marketing opportunities and stuff.
Got it.
So it depends on what your role is in the company, or what your role is in your office. Because even if you have a business, it's not like you are doing everything in the business, right? You have a specific thing that you
role.
are doing,
Yeah.
what your expertise are. And based on that, the direction where you sit, the facing of where you are, all matters.
Right. But this
So
is for
guess
somebody
who-
who works at an office. Let's say I want to start my own business.
Yes.
Right? Where does someone say, you know what, where is my maximum? Because when you're starting your own business, your
Yeah.
first fear is, am I going to lose everything I have, right? Because it's a big gamble of what
Yes.
you're going to do. So what is it that person does? Does that person say, you know what, I am going to start my business. How is my growth going to happen? How is it going to perpetuate me to where I'm going to end up going?
Yeah. So you're bringing in a lot of questions in here.
Yes, there's a lot of questions. It was a loaded question.
Yes, it's a very loaded question. So in this, I actually look at the numerology of the person,
Okay.
in which I find out what is the name of the company should be, what should be the website be. I even do the logo designing based on the planetary positions. So based on the planetary position, what color of your logo will be there, what kind of, each planet has its own symbol, you bring in that symbol in there. So their website, their domain name should be a certain thing. Then your phone number, right? Some people are like, I do everything right, but I don't get the call. So their phone number is also playing in the role as to whether they are able to, are they lined up with their planetary. So if you keep peeling it, there will be a lot of things that you need to consider. Then going back to, so Vastu, again, there is a digital Vastu also. Like your phone is everything currently, right?
Yes, you have everything.
And if you look at the current iPhone, if it's on my websites too that I write those blogs, where the current iPhone has this logo at the very end for the phone, right? So if you have the manufactured iPhones where you have not moved the logos, the phone icon is at the very bottom on the there. That particular corner is actually the zone of disposal, and you have seen like currently people use more of SMS than more of calling people. So that part is also playing in, and I have that in a, so putting your
there's
bank
like
logos,
your apps in a,
putting your bank logos also in a certain direction of your savings and stuff like that, you see that. But that is playing a very, very less amount of, but if your house is completely imbalanced and I'm just balancing my phone, that's not how it is going to get maximum benefit. It can be fine tuned.
wow.
But it's like mainly if your house is clean, the house is decluttered, your house is completely in Vastu compliant way, then it's easy. The problems come and go and you don't feel the pinch.
But there are certain tips that you had given us, and for those who are
Yes.
joining us, there are certain tips you had given us for, let's say you're not a believer of Vastu, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you're not like,
We
you know,
did
I
that,
really
yes.
understand this, and we did a whole episode on that, but what are certain tips that you would give to them, saying,
Yeah.
you know what, whether or not you believe in Vastu, these are just good things to do an overall
Definitely, yes.
Vastu.
So we spoke about those things, like first thing you should do is declutter.
Yes.
all the appliances or all the electronic stuff which is dead, which is not working anymore, you haven't used it for 6 months, those create the maximum energy distortion. So I've seen it in so many cases where they have this old radio lying around or the old cell phones kept in a corner piled up. So those actually create a lot of negative energy. You start seeing issues regarding that. The second thing is, yes, declutter and keep the house more cleaner, right? So when you look at a space, you feel pleasant when you have to come in. Then again, the northeast of the house should be decluttered. Should be out of all the like the kitchens and the staircase. It should have no such activity. Keep it as clean and open as possible. Well, the southwest is also, again, should not have any kitchens and toilets. But now if you have it, then you are definitely, and if you are seeing the issues with it, then we can always go with consultation and find out what can be done. But the other tips, right? When you're mopping, you can put some sea salt in it to cleanse the negative energy in the house. Use fragrances in your house, use essence sticks, put plants around. Anything that can bring freshness, right? When you walk in, you always feel the energy coming up. Then the must thing that I always say for anybody is putting a mantra at the volume 1 in your house. Put it in your basement, put it anywhere where if you don't want to hear it, it's fine, because it's, again, the universe is all about sound. The energy is all about sound, right? So it's, even if you think it is not affecting, it starts affecting the energy of the house. It elevates it. The houses which are on the market for too long, the first thing I say is put anything you believe in, right? Any religious thing you believe in, any mantras. The Vedic mantras are very strong, like the Gayatri mantra. If you put it in a volume, you will start seeing the energy going up. I've seen a couple of houses which are being closed and I think they are under foreclosure, all that. I've seen actually vultures around those houses. So you can understand the energy of the house has dropped so much. The minute you start seeing that, in India you used to see a lot of pigeons by there, or you start see rats, owls and all those. Why do they come in? They come in when the energy of the house is dropped.
Right. Yeah,
so you only start seeing those when the energy is super low.
Yeah.
Even tulsi is the biggest kind of a remedy that I suggest to some people. Like you keeping a tulsi plant, it has mercury in it. To keep that plant at a certain places can actually help you revive that place.
Yeah. So I mean, for people who have questions, who want to reach out to Rshmi, you can email us. There is an email address going on our screen below. You can email us, reach out to Rshmi, get a consultation. The best thing about Rshmi, she doesn't scare you. She doesn't
Thank you,
startle you. And I think because there's small things that you can do to make changes, and it's not something that's going to empty your wallet. And I think that's important because people get scared and people have been burnt, right? Because that's what happens. You're just like, I don't want to rip down my house. I don't want to give thousands of dollars, right, to somebody.
We live in US where any change that you have to do, even if the toilet seat needs to be moved from one place to another place, we have to go through permits. We have to go through all that hassle. Again, breaking down the complete bathroom because you have to do retiling. And so there are simple solutions we can do. Now, not that. Ideally, yes, it is that what we have understood so far. If we move it, it will give you maximum benefits. But even if it is there, it can be treated.
And with that, we'd like to end our segment today of Vastu with Rshmi. My name is Alka Aneja. And again, Rshmi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Alka.
And
thank
giving tips to everybody to have a balanced life. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This is Alka.